TikTok on the clock. Will the party soon stop? Facing a ban in the United States as soon as January, will Donald Trump engineer the sale of TikTok to Elon Musk, and what that all means for you and the spread of MAGA propaganda? Welcome to the No Spin Zone. Graphs Grievances starts right now. Barring some last-minute, unforeseen legal victory, TikTok will be banned in the United States come mid-January, unless it finds a new owner that isn't based in China. Back in April, President Joe Biden signed into law a widely bipartisan bill specifically calling for the ban or sale of the fastest-growing social media app, citing national security concerns. TikTok is owned by the Chinese company ByteDance, which, according to national security experts, means the Chinese government can access all of the data collected by the app. And while you and the more than 170 million other TikTok users in the US might not care whether the Chinese government knows what silly videos you are watching late at night, the app also tracks your location, and its extraordinarily sophisticated and powerful algorithm can be used for influence operations, such as spreading pro-China propaganda and anti-American sentiment.
The app's parent company is effectively beholden to the Chinese government, and that is what in turn creates a series of national security concerns in the PRC government's ability to leverage that access or that authority. So first, the data. It gives them the ability to control data collection on millions of users, which could be used for all sorts of intelligence operations or influence operations. Second, the recommendation algorithm, which could be used for all sorts of influence operations or to sow divisiveness, discord. And again, that's something that we wouldn't readily detect, which makes it even more of a pernicious threat. And AI, of course, enhances all of that. Their ability to collect U.S. person data and feed it into those influence operations makes it exponentially more dangerous to Americans. And then third and finally, it gives them the ability, should they so choose, to control the software on millions of devices, which means the opportunity to technically compromise millions of devices. So as you put all those things together, it is a threat that I think is very, very significant. And again, it all starts back with the starting point, which is the Chinese government itself and their role and their ability to control these different aspects of it.
That was FBI Director Christopher Wray testifying on Capitol Hill earlier this year and explaining the multifaceted threat posed by the Chinese-owned app. TikTok, which has sued the federal government over the ban, saying the law violates the First Amendment by stopping millions of Americans from using the app to share their views, has, at least so far, not prevailed in court. Which means TikTok now has just a few weeks to find a buyer or lose its largest market, the United States. Of course, all of this comes as President Joe Biden leaves office and President-elect Donald Trump prepares to take over. The diametrically opposed men have sometimes found common ground on TikTok. Trump first tried to ban or force the sale of the app with an executive order back in 2020, but the executive order did not withstand legal scrutiny. But while on the 2024 campaign trail, Trump signaled he is opposed to a ban on TikTok, saying that such a ban would only help Meta, the owner of Facebook and Instagram, which of course are controlled by Trump's sometimes nemesis, sometimes friend, Mark Zuckerberg.
Just so everyone knows, especially the young people, Crooked Joe Biden is responsible for banning TikTok. When you don't have your TikTok pretty soon, 175 million people out there, remember, Crooked Joe is the one that wants to do it. He's the one pushing it to close and doing it to help his friends over at Facebook become richer and more dominant, and their product isn't the same. It's not good. And a lot of people are very unhappy about it. So young people, remember, crooked Joe Biden is the one that wants to take your TikTok away from you. I'm a free enterprise guy. I'm a guy that says you got to fight, but he wants to take TikTok away. So if you're young and if you're smart, vote for Donald Trump. Thank you.
That is really something of a video. Trump now claiming he is for free enterprise. But either way, the law banning / forcing the sale of TikTok has been passed. So how might Trump respond now? Perhaps by helping to engineer the sale of the platform to his new BFF, Elon Musk. The world's richest man, already the owner of the social media site X, is committed to increasing his influence. That is why the deranged multi-billionaire way overpaid for Twitter to the tune of $44 billion back in 2022 before changing its name to X. And why Musk has spent around $200 million to re-elect Donald Trump, and has been spending every waking hour since right next to Trump, advising Trump on who should join his new administration. The addition of TikTok to Musk's portfolio would give Musk exactly what he craves: the ability to broadcast propaganda to America's youth, not to mention youth around the globe. Unlike X, which has a largely older audience of around 25 million daily active users in the US, TikTok is especially popular among teenagers, 63% of whom report using the platform, and young adults, who stand out when it comes to turning to TikTok for news. According to Pew Research, 39% of adults under 30 say they regularly get their news from TikTok, and around half of all of TikTok's 120 million users in the US now say they regularly get their news there. Way more than the number of people who say they get their news from Facebook. If you want to control what the future thinks, at least right now, you want to control TikTok. And that is exactly what Musk wants to do. Control the future. He has repeatedly spoken out against what he calls the, quote, woke mind virus that he says is a threat to modern civilization. When it comes to how Musk defines that threat, he's been vague, but says it comes down to, quote, communism rebranded. But regardless of this nonsense that Musk has created, he is one of the only people or corporations who could actually afford to buy TikTok. ByteDance, the company that owns the video app, is worth north of $225 billion, and Musk has a net worth around $350 billion. Considering the power of TikTok to shape the national and international conversation, it seems only obvious that Trump will want the platform to land in the hands of a supporter of his. And there is currently no bigger supporter of Trump than Elon Musk, who appears to be on a rather Orwellian mission to control all of our minds. Maybe it's better we just let China keep TikTok. Thank you for watching Graph's Grievances. Let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, share, and join me in the next one.